Welcome back to Whatever Garage. In this episode, we're going to get rid of this cheap, crappy radio I bought. Let's get started. You're not going to believe this. The cheap, crappy stereo that I bought doesn't work. It died. It no longer changes from the radio to my phone. That took it about 5 whole minutes. So we're gonna go yank it out of the car and put another one in. A different one. A better one. I was really happy that the radio worked. It sounded like shit, but at least it worked. It didn't have any balls to it, you know what I mean? Got on the road. As soon as I pulled out of the driveway, it flipped from being on, the operation on my phone to back to the radio. Jiggled the cord, it flipped back to my phone, then back to the radio. And as I drove, it would not stay on one or the other. It just kept flipping back and forth. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a bad USB cord. So I tried another cord. When the car is sitting here in the garage, it worked perfectly. As soon as I started up the car and drove somewhere, it messed up. Come to find out, it's the part inside. Something has wiggled loose because now it does nothing but radio. So we're yanking that piece of crap out and returning it. I've already purchased another one, so let me introduce you. The whole reason I bought the other radio, hold on a second. I see some tape left in here. The whole reason I bought the other radio is because of the screen. I wanted navigation, and I wanted it to fit in that spot so it didn't stand out to you when you looked into the car to look at stuff, okay? And it fit the bill. It just wasn't the quality. So I went looking and I could not find another one that I trusted that was like that. So I got one that's like a regular radio, but has a flip-up screen, okay? So you can have it when you need it, like for navigation and stuff like that. It might block my lower gauges, I don't know yet. So it's sort of a trade-off, but it's also 350 watts compared to the other one that was 50 watts. I want to feel my music, okay? I don't know how you are with yours, but I at least like to feel it. Now, granted, I like listening to the exhaust in this car too, but after a while on a long trip, you might want to listen to something. So I didn't go and buy something really outlandish. This was not that expensive, like 160 bucks. But I should be able to hook my phone up to it without using the cord, which is better. The only downfall is it doesn't seem to have a connection for the microphone, which I have to pull this one out anyway to return. And it does have a backup camera. Didn't come with one, but it has the ability to have one, so I just might leave this one in here. And that's their price they pay for sending me cheap shit. It's got 4 screws holding her in. I still need to get better screws for the sides. They've been in and out so many times, and this is prior to me doing it, that they're stripped out, or that the siding, or whatever you want to call this material is stripped out inside, so it doesn't have anything to grip to. Thought I saw something. Never mind. Seeing things. Oh, don't put those screws there. Put them in here. That's what the cup holder's for. Maybe I'll take my time this time and install something in there for it to screw into. What, I don't know. It's not like you can put one of those nutserts in there. If you got a longer screw and came from the back side, you could probably figure it out. Make it more difficult the next time you had to take it apart though. As usual, I got a little ahead of myself. I went ahead and pulled it out. And again, it took the top part of this came off. So I'm not really understanding why it keeps catching on that, or if it just keeps separating because these screws aren't holding it very well. Because I mean, they are loose. And the worst part is, I think we broke the connector on that one. So we're gonna have to fix this along with replacing the radio, but I want to fix this first before we put the radio in. But I do have this one ready to come out, this radio. Alrighty, and that's all there is to her. Das ist it. I don't know why I thought that thing was going to sound good. And then of course this is loose, but I don't want to take it off in here. Let me get all the pieces to the radio. I'll leave this in here for the second. And we'll go ahead and repack it, the radio that is, and send it on its way. Oh, once I cut the harness out. Okay, there are the gauges. And each and every time I do this, it gets crap in it. Because these little things here. Where'd the other one go? It's still in there. It's got a cork gasket on it and it flakes off and gets on everything. It's on, I think that's on the outside. Okay, let's look at these screw holes. Actually, let's take all this off and look at these screw holes. Yep, this one broke and that one's breaking. That one's broken, that one's broken. All right, using bigger screws was not the answer. Looks like we're gonna have to do some epoxy and fix this. So let's get all this stuff out of the way. See, it takes a screw like this, or it should take a screw like this, should I say, but it doesn't go all the way down. So instead, it actually used a shorter screw than that. So like this, it used one of these. I could have fixed it with a longer one at the same diameter, but no, I figured I'd go fatter, and it broke it open. So we need to recreate, well, this can be epoxied, that can be epoxied. This one can be epoxied, but this one's completely broken. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. All right, we're gonna epoxy the crap out of them. First thing we gotta do is get rid of the camera equipment. Move the stereo. Find something to put underneath here to lift it up. Sure, why not? Okay, need a little higher than that. Why not just do it like that? Okay. Get rid of that. We're gonna need to make up some epoxy to fix this. And will it be a permanent fix? Oh, most definitely not. We'll need to order another one of these, and they're expensive. I got lucky last time. No, wait a minute, that meant I have an extra one. What did it look like? I put the good one in the resto. The other one must be in one of these boxes. I'll have to dig it out and find it. See if it looks any better. I just looked at this. Somebody went through here and drilled out these so they could put these little chrome fittings in here instead of the plastic ones. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not showing you. There's no way that came from a factory like that. I don't know, maybe they could have. Never seen it. Just because I've seen it doesn't mean it couldn't happen. I guess they could have done it. We are going to use JB Weld plastic bonder. And the parts that came off, we're going to stick back on, and then we're going to put more around it to build it up, make it stronger. Not too big that it won't fit, but you know what I mean. Like this one has not completely separated, so we're going to get some down in it don't know how we're going to do that without, well, it's already broken off. Okay, it had help. But I don't want it to get inside because these won't screw in then, and it'll just crack it back open. All right, this is the only one that is not completely cracked. So we'll reinforce it on both sides with a shit ton of JB Weld. Now, it's 15 minutes. It takes 15 minutes for it to cure or set, I think, not cure. Hopefully there's enough. Shit, hopefully there's anything. Is this all the way down? We might be screwed, guys. Wait a minute, here we go. Shit. I don't think there's enough in here. Stuff's only coming out of one side. Damn it. We could be screwed. This could make nothing more than just a mess because it's not changing color. I don't have any other JB Weld like this. I think the other stuff I have may be clear. Do we risk it? Let's do it right here. We'll test it. This is just the outside part I wanted to reinforce. We won't test it on the ones we got to put those pieces on, okay? We'll just put this stuff on it for now. See what we come up with. This is really runny compared to how it normally is. I think this is going to be a complete failure. I think we're going to end up wiping that off because it's not going to cure. All right, that's that. We'll switch to the other stuff. Seems like all I've done today is order shit. Let me get another one. Yep, this one's stuck on also. There we go. Okay. There may be a smidge left in this one. The last stir stick. See, now this one you can tell is mixing. It's changing colors. Let me figure out the best way to do this one. Probably just to get it a little bit on there. I should probably be wearing gloves because I'm going to get stuck with this. All right. Yep, got it all on my fingers. All right, now to put this one on. About forgot it, didn't I? Sorry, I'm not talking, I'm concentrating here. Trying to get this stuff all in the cracks and to get it to hold. Yeah, see now my finger's stuck to it. There we go. I think that one's just gonna do whatever it wants to do. This one did not come separated, but it has a nice crack, so we will fill the cracks as best we can. Oops, nope. That one did come separated. I had forgotten. Come on, man. Now it's definitely all over my hands. Damn, winds are picking up outside. Son of a biscuit, I did it again. You'd think I'd learn. Now, we need to remove the wiring harness that I installed because the new one is a single, not a double. And I wish I knew what the hell that plugged into. I really do. Okay, so what is this? All right, that's the antenna. We're gonna decluster this because somehow I let it get all mixed up when I did this. Okay, this is reverse light, and I'm gonna snip it on their side. And on my side's gotta be snipped too because it's gotta be redone. I'll make a mess on the floor out here, just dump it all out there. All right, and that was the pink wire, right? Not that one. Yeah, pink one on theirs. I'll have to look it up and see what it said. This is the power wire, and remember, the battery is disconnected.
Well, that shrink wrap actually worked. How did they get intertwined? There we go, two separated. Like I did last time, hang that one. There's also a microphone in here that's got to come out, because the new one doesn't have one. Now, if I read the directions for this stereo correctly, there's 2 grounds on this one. So there may have been on the last one and I just missed it. All right, one last wire. And they can have their harness back. There they go. There is their harness. Is this the one I just snipped? This is the ignition wire, because it's the longest. All right, that's backup camera, antenna, microphone. This damn cord keeps coming out. That's for the backup camera. I'm not taking it out, I already told y'all that. All right, now let's do speakers. Hopefully my big head's not getting in y'all's way. There's an extra shrink wrap on that one. How about that? All right, now we gotta get shrink wrap off. Okay, there's the harness that they have to have. All right, now I think with the new one it doesn't have a microphone slot, so we might as well return their microphone. And after I so nicely put it in here, look how easy that came out. Remember the trouble I was having with it? And the best part is I have now zip tied everything up underneath here, and I have to go back and do it. So that's boring to watch. I'll come back in a minute. Just to show you that I did not have enough of that the black stuff. I didn't have enough of the curing agent to mix with it. It's been 2 days, okay? That's a whole nother story, but it's been 2 days. And it wipes right off. So that did not work. At least on that part. The other parts, they look dry. So what we will do is we will mix up some of the other stuff and put it on here. All right, because it is dry. Why does that not look straight? Well, when it gets screwed into it will be, won't it? All right, I think we have just enough left in here that we might be able to squeeze out enough to do this one, okay? So let me try. Is that light on? Looks dark in here. Had to remember to pause my music. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Let me pause you for a second. I'm on a timer. Do I have another mixing rod? And by that, I mean broken up tongue depressor. That sound means the wife is home. Oh, and my child. Oh yeah, sorry, we had more than enough. We might re-hit some of these other spots and fix them. Or reinforce them, should I say. Well, I think that's as good as she's gonna get, y'all. I'll let her sit for a day. Alrighty, back to wiring. All right, this is the new harness. Instead of having 2 separate harnesses, it has one, and it was a bunch of wires, so I labeled each one as to what they were to be a little less confusing. This one, and by this one I mean this instruction booklet, is a little more confusing actually, because it has some stuff on here that I am not familiar with because I've never installed a stereo before. So you will have to bear with me. I will have to probably look up a video or 2 on this, see if there's a website for them, because this is American. It says pileusa.com, so I guess that's who we're going to go and check out, as opposed to the other one that couldn't even spell. Oh, that's how to link my phone by doing that. That's not for how to get to a video. I just need their customer service. Visit us online. Okay, looks like that's what I'm going to be doing. so you guys need to pause, and I'll be back. All right, I looked up a couple of videos specifically for that model, and of course, they didn't tell me anything I wanted to know. But they did give me a general idea of what I needed to know. So, we're still gonna continue on. The wires I had in question, the extra ones, are irrelevant for this car. It's for a more modern car that uses like a data bus system, you know, for sending the information instead of like an electrical signal. At least that's the way I understood it. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I do not know. Not an electrician, not an engineer either. So now I've labeled everything. I've got all the crimps, or all the connectors on here, and all the shrink wrap. Thank you. We're going to do the speaker parts first, and then we will. I didn't bring my torch, and you know what? Dag nabbit. I need to cut these a little bit better so that I can connect them, because these already have crimps on them. Did I bring the snips with me? I did not. 1 second, please. I have my torch. Alrighty. I'm gonna do a little more, and then we're gonna call it, because the race should have been on if it hasn't been already postponed because of the rain. I did not look it up yet. Today is Sunday, the day before Memorial Day. Try not to get my head in your way. There we go. Just sort of an awkward position to be in here. Oh, it doesn't help my back any. But who cares, right? As long as I get it done. Wow, that shrink wrap really stuck. That shrink wrap shrunk. I'll have to clean that floor up later. We were supposed to have a family get together today, but due to the rain, it got canceled. Maybe having it tomorrow, but I'd be willing to bet it's still gonna be raining. What is that yellow one to? I forgot. It's not speaker. That's power. I need to get my stuff squared away first. There's my front speaker. Guess I should go back and watch my own damn video so I know which one's which, right? It's been a few days. All right, out of this complete gaggle, I think everything is hooked up now. The one thing I still have to do is do the shrink wrap, and then we will move on to the frame of the center console that goes in. All right, so let me do that. It's been 2 days, I think, since we've done this, so everything is nice and dry, and I guess ready to be put back together. Okay, can't put it back together yet though, because we had to do that first before we could determine if this cage would fit in there. Oops. And we determined it needed to come out like a 1/16. It won't go in, okay? We got it the up and down part, but we don't have it the left or right part. So let's do this side, because this part's cut back more, the aluminum. So we need to grind out this side. Now, to do that, do I want to use a file? I think I would prefer using a file because I don't want to do too much. All right, as you can see, the frame went in. All right, now will the radio go in it also? Before I lock the frame in. And I would say yes, it will. So let's lock the frame in. This one is different than the last one, the way the things are. And by the things, I mean the tabs. Let's use the professional terms here. The tabs. Easy does it, son. Ooh, I like the way that one fits better. Still got some more adjusting to do because I don't want her to move at all. But I'm not sure exactly what I can do about that. I know this is real exciting to watch. I've got it so it's a lot more solid in there. This piece is. It's not flopping around. So I think we're ready to reassemble this. And let's hope our gauges stay in this time. Which way is the correct way? No, it's like this. Yep, I had it wrong. There we go. That would be the correct way. And then this. Cannot keep stuff out of here. It's constantly getting dirty. That part is not in. Let's do it the correct way. I think that is probably the only screw that is the actual correct one. Shit, that one doesn't line up anymore. If this doesn't work, I'm only guessing, but I'm thinking we're gonna have to get the old one from the other car to replace this, because that's the only other one I have. These are all too big. Except for that one. Maybe that one. I don't know. Let's look what we got down here. That could be an original. That's smaller. Let's see what it does. It actually tightens up. All right, so far our repair is working. Let's take this one out. I don't think that one actually was it. It's the same width, wrong length. It actually pulls down. We are good. This is what I don't like. This. I mean, it goes in this way fine and turns, but this little part sticks out just enough that it catches it every damn time. One more hole. Presto changeo. It works so. Looks good. They're all angled the right way. I think this time I would like to put this in first, and then we will install this. Because there's also a bracket under here for mounting to the back of this. Where's it underneath it? It's got the screw that it's supposed to mount to. Where is it? On the diagram it shows that strap being mounted to the top and holding it up. But I don't see a hole for it to screw into. Unless you just pick one. But the problem is you got computer boards under here. Unless you take one of these screws. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. I'll go ahead and mount the stud on there. Because you know, with the Corvette, she vibrates a lot, not mention when you hit bumps. She's got a rigid suspension, relatively rigid. So she's gonna bounce this radio around. I'd prefer if it didn't break it. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? I'm sort of off kilter here from the camera. Now, it's supposed to mount, you know, any of these holes, and then you fold it and then screw this in to something else. I'm almost thinking making an L bracket so it can do it on the floor to prevent from bouncing, and then screw that, maybe a smaller one, into the floor. If I can get to the side of it. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get to the side of it. And does anybody know what these are for? The directions don't say. Now obviously go in there to hold it in some way, shape, or form, but I don't know what way, shape, or form that is. It'd be nice to know. All right, back to the car. All right, power's on. You see our courtesy lights on. I would have thought there'd be a clock or something on this, even without the key being switched on. I'm afraid to ask. Nothing. Oh shit, that took a while. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have sound. It's opening. Holy crap. Slightly bigger screen. Okay, so this one picks up no stations. What else can it do or will it do? Ah. Well, let's just try one thing. Put it in reverse. And there's your reverse camera. It works. That is very nice. Okay. So we've learned how to do that. Phone link. Not exactly sure how to do this. Hold on a second. USB. Unfortunately, it's playing it sideways. So we can connect to Netflix. I'll have to figure out how to change the orientation. What is this? That would be orientation. Maybe. No, that takes me back to that. Connected. All right, come on. What does this mean? Stop sharing screen. Oh, it's sharing my screen. Okay, gotcha. We need to figure out. Well, Google Maps definitely looks better this way. Okay, navigation will be fun. Oh, that's how you change the orientation. How do you get that thing off the screen though? Like that. Oh, I forgot to put the microphone on. Let me get that in a minute. But I found the problem. I had it plugged into the wrong fuse. We now have constant 12 volts. So it keeps the time when I turn the key off. And I did that and then took the stereo out before I showed you. So I'll show you after we do it again, but now we have to put the center console in. Alrighty, now the fun part, putting it all back together and hoping to hell it's the last time. Right? Right. Let's put that there for this. I need to see something. It's not that, it's this. That's the biggest problem. So if that's going through there, that's not reinforced there. And well, there's nothing here. This is just gouged out, this whole area. How can we ensure? Oh, hello. Oh, well, how about that? That would screw into there. But what could you anchor it to? Almost feel like getting a damn, anchor like for drywall and putting it in there. Because, yeah, there's literally nothing in there. I wonder if we could. I have some in the other garage. Hold on. All right, I'm back with two options. Option A, which is just a regular anchor for drywall, but considering how badly this is eroded, holy crap, I think that'll work. I'm gonna do it. Oh, and here comes the rain again. Let me do my did it work? Yep. There. Noise canceling. That's the word I was looking for earlier. All right, that one would have been real invasive. Glad we didn't use it. Okay, so let me concentrate here. All right, that's the top. You guys can come through. All right, you're through. Now, I want to get you guys under here done correctly. Don't want to have to come back here again to fix something I may have mucked up. All right, that is that. Let me grab this. Easy does her. All right, that's connected. I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting. Let's get you. And the fuel thing popped off. All right. Oh, it's killing my back. Actually, we don't want that anywhere near that, do we? Oh, that's not tight. Okay. All right, I think that'll work this time, maybe. Why are you kicked out? There you go. You're supposed to be in. All right, I gotta be able to see, so I gotta block your way for a minute. There it is. All right, found the anchor hole. See, this side's not routed out as bad. Maybe a little bit. Those are obviously not the original screws that are supposed to be in here either. But, like I said, that's what was in here when I got the car. All right? That is working phenomenally. Phenomenal. Except for that side. If we do another one on this side, I think we'd be good. Might as well fix it now while I'm doing it. As long as I can get this to come out without ripping out my gauges again. All right, let's try it. Not real sure how to go about this. Without popping. Oh, there we go. That's how you do it. All right. Now, the hole on that side is not nearly as big. I'm gonna have to go out in the ring. All right, be right back. All right, since this side is a little smaller, I got this one, which is slightly smaller than the one we just put in. So let me get a screw, and will that work? No, that won't. But see, that won't fit. Let me see if I have any screws up there. All right, so this one should work. Wait a minute, make sure I grab the wrong one. Right one. All right, this one should work in here. Yep, that will work. Just need a screw. Oh, hello. Let's do this again, y'all. That's gonna not match the other set. Right now it doesn't matter. What matters is fitting it. Fitting it, not fitting it. Fitting it. We gonna fit it. There you go, very good. This time it worked. That just makes me all warm and fuzzy inside, knowing that that fits better now. Now we just got to get this to fit. Okay, she is in place. Now, I will probably need to remove this to anchor this when I'm done plugging it in. All right, so let's do that first. And by that I mean plug it in. Okay, antenna. Reverse. And all the little electricals. Now go back to your little hidey holes. Oops, that's gonna be a problem. There we go. All right. Oh, dude. Oh, my back. That's awesome. That's awesome. Stereo's in. Let's just see. Just kick back, relaxing. You can turn on now. Welcome. Now, I thought I brought the remote with me this time. What is that? Oh, balance, fade, loud, off, standard, volume. Oh, interesting. Did you just see that? Oh, I'm pushing the stupid door buzzer button. I don't know what title is. All right, open, ban, select. Oh, that's something different. EQ, we'll go with rock. Title, don't know what that does. Band we know doesn't work. Well, it works, but not with what we want it to do. Audio, no. Oh, that's your pre-selects. And select. Oh, that's dim. That's not working. Oh, there it is. We don't want it blatantly bright, do we? Balance, we're good. Fade. Let's go back a hair. I can't seem to be able to do it from here, so let's do this. Okay, so it's connected to my phone still. It is moved slightly back or forward how I want it. EQ, that'll do for now. What was the other thing I needed? Main menu. Setup. I guess you can't just scroll through there like you want. All right, boot volume. When it first turns on, I want it low. Perfect. The EQ is set. What is this? Wallpaper. We want blue. Blue, 42. This scrolling thing sucks. Time set for the third and final time. How long has it been since she's been? Oh shit, it's 5 o'clock. It's been a while. All right, that is set. Close. Home. Go back to Bluetooth. Now it's a shame it doesn't have the time. Okay, goodbye, off. But there's no time on here. You would think it would have the time. Y'all can't hear that stuff. Hush. All right. Oh, you know what we haven't tried? I hate to even try it because I'm on such a rush right now knowing that we completed this. Let's turn on the headlights. It worked. The headlights are on. It worked. I got it right. How many tries did that take? But I got it right. Amazing. All right, guys. It's installed. You don't know how good that makes me feel. I'm sure you do. You've seen me. Goodbye. All right, stereo is installed, and you would think, hey, let's go cruise and enjoy it because the weather's nice. Well, no, it's pouring rain outside, and it's supposed to rain again tomorrow. So let's fix something else that's stereo related, and that would be these doors to the back storage compartments. And you say, why is that stereo related? Well, because when I was trying to install the stereo, I sat on this and broke the door when I was putting in the rear speakers. So that's how it's stereo related. Screws came out from the wood and I broke the frame here. So what do we do? Well, we need to take this door off is what we need to do. And we need a little tipped screwdriver. Believe it or not, I'm not a carpenter, but I do know a little bit about messing with it. So first things first, we're gonna try and fix the frame here. We've still got a little bit of epoxy left. See if we can't do that when the wood's out of it. And try not to break any more of it. There's one of our screw holes that was missing. Now, I believe I have some doors, some extra doors, but some are broken, some aren't, but they're not this color. Somebody had already purchased this or painted this the correct color. I don't know who that was. I don't think it was me. I don't remember doing it. Okay. You also have the ones in the back, right? Nope, those are out. But I need to take this off in order to get it out. Believe it or not, it's coming unglued. Now, some of y'all will look and see that I did put sound deadener underneath here, just trying to keep some of the noise out of the driver's compartment. Does it work? I don't know, because the T-tops are out. How can you tell? Alrighty. My poor door. There we go. It takes the weight off of it. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. Using a very, very small amount, because it doesn't take much. I cannot do the whole thing at one time because I've got to be able to clamp it at some point in some location. All right, so just the bottom part, and then I take this. Ah, shit, wrong spot. All right, that is clamped there. And then what I'm gonna do, put this around the outside. Give it a little more structure, hopefully. You know what I said about the last thing I did? It worked. Don't get it in the hole there. All right, that's gonna have, quit touching stuff, Scott. That's gonna have to do. Make sure she's in. All right. Unfortunately, that wastes the rest of this. So I have to wait for that to dry before I can do any more. And then what we'll do is we'll do the top and the bottom of that part. All right, we've also re-glued part of the carpet that came loose. So all this stuff has to dry until tomorrow. It's been another day. I've let this sit. I mean, it's bulgy and I don't care about that because I wanted extra protection on it so that it would not break, okay? What we also did, that you didn't see, was I had to respray the back end of this because the carpet had peeled up, which I guess it truly doesn't matter considering it'll be compressed in there once all the screws are administered. The biggest thing is just getting it to go back in. Well, there you go, it went back in. Now, the fun part is seeing if we have enough screws to make this work and figure out what I did with them all. Oh, they're back on the car. Alrighty, so here we have the lock. These are the screws for the lock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing some of them. So let's start off by anchoring at least one thing on here. Oops. All right, I feel a little better with those in. Now the hard part is getting the back. Now, we are currently having a thunderstorm, and hopefully these new microphones are drowning out most of that. Because that was thunder. Thunder from down under. How am I supposed to screw that from the back? Carefully, I would imagine. Oh, see, that's the problem. Those are stripped out. The back ones. Let's check this side. Yeah. Stripped out. I'm gonna have to go fish around for some more screws and see if we have some better ones to replace these. The unconventional route. I'm using a self-tapper. It's got a big head, flat head on the end of it to hold it, and the way these are grooved, it's not gonna affect the way it folds. The reason I'm doing that is these holes are wallowed out from, I guess, all the years of it opening and closing. And at that angle, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it just easily screws in, but it's securing it nice and flat. I might have to use these on other parts just to make it work better. See, look at that. No overly tightening it. That's nice and secure. I was thinking one of these screws was for that thing, but it's actually for this. I think it was this one. Hopefully it was this one. All right, there. Actually, needs to stop it a little earlier than that, but that's where it's set up for factory. All right, let's put the rest of these screws in. These don't look wallowed out. And then the other thing was, this was not screwed into the car. The frame, it was just sitting there. So I think we're going to do that this time. Just have to find out what kind of screw it takes. And there's actually resistance on that when I tighten it down. So those are going to be good holes. And I can say that with a straight face. All right. And we got to put the lock back on it. Well, part of it. We don't have the whole thing on here yet. Did we use the right screw? Hang on. There we go. That's the right one. Now what we need to do is get the part that latches onto the car. Okay. Now, if you look at it, yes, you can see the repair. But what looks worse? A broken frame or a little bit that looks like snot? In this one, I latched it and now it won't open. So I need to undo it. I just didn't push hard enough, I guess. All right, now, what screws do we need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it? 4? Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like I need 8 screws to put this back into the car. What better way to use self-tappers? All right. Now, not all of these holes line up. So we will do our best. Start a little short one here. See if that reaches down there. Contact. Right in she went. Now, it has not snugged it all the way down yet because I didn't want to do that. I want to find the other holes for where this is supposed to go. I didn't have it all the way down. That was the problem. Okay. A couple more of these little self-tappers. How lucky are we that this crap is actually working right? And this one's good. Okay. 3 out of the 4 front ones are good. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pouring rain right now, so it's loud in here. I do have the noise dampening on here, so hopefully you guys don't have to hear it. Winter, winter, chicken dinner. It works. All right, guys, we have it. Let me bring you for a closer look. Wrong way. Okay, as you see, the door still looks good. Lift it up. You have one screw there, one screw there, here and here. Now, to me, they don't stand out. It blends in with the little rubber things. Same thing with over here. I think that's a good little fix. Doesn't have to be factory, just be functional. That's gonna do it. We have a new stereo installed. I would do a test drive, but it's raining. We fixed the back hatch that I broke. So, hey, you'll forever have something to do on these cars because either something will break or you'll break it. I think that'll do it. I'm gonna have to swim back to the house. Hold on a second, watch this. Did that change? Hold on. There, now can you hear the rain? Yeah. So Sasha and I will have to swim back to the house. And you guys come back next week for another episode. I say episode, it's like, I don't know, another chapter, another incident, more like incident with me. Anyway, come back next time and we'll see what we do next. I'm not sure yet, but this has been Whatever Garage, out.